Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Okay.
Okay's all right.
Yeah. Better than some of the alternatives that could potentially be available.
Yep.
Oh, I saw Cody said he's not making it today.
Yes.
13. There we go. Okay.
Yeah. Or either game today. So. All right. So you guys warn Gareth and the rest of the crew that the veil has been infiltrated. What else do you do? And hopefully everybody did their long rests.
Yeah.
And leveled up.
A long rest real quick.
Well, when we warn them, what do they say?
They are not surprised. The Succubus, of course, has been trying to find different ways to invade the veil over many centuries, so it's not the first time this has happened, and probably won't be the last.
Okay, well, should we be worried, though, or?
No. The mirror is slightly concerning, but they're not sure since it's in Fu's tower. If Fu had it put there or if the Succubus had it put there.
Right.
Because that could be an escape route for Fu.
Through hell?
Yeah, from the Nine Hells back to the Veil.
Oh, that's true.
So, do one of us want to peek our head through and see what's on the other side?
I will. At this point, why not?
Thor will roll a dex save.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
That is 4 points of bludgeoning damage to your head. As you smack your head into the mirror. And then fall down.
It could be worse. Can I try again more carefully, or?
You get the feeling that to use it as a portal, you have to figure out how to activate it.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I can figure out how to activate it?
Proceed. Okay. You figure out how to activate it, but you lack the required materials in which to do so.
Okay. At least I have figured out there is a way to activate it.
What are the materials that we require?
First, you need a Dragon Orb.
We
Second,
have one of those.
actually, you do not. You have a orb that used to be a Dragon Orb, but it no longer has a
Oh.
dragon.
The one with the Black Dragon when we defeated how it's called the vampire. Is that it?
Yeah, I released the black dragon by accident. That was an oopsie.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh.
Through another mirror. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mirrors are dangerous things in the Feywild.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask, guys. Are there just like 7 years of bad luck premium, or
The second thing you need is the tail of a werewolf.
Okay.
okay?
And the very last item is the body of an imp. Or some other devil flesh.
Oh, the shards of the do shards of the statue count, or do I remember wrong from the last game?
From the broken statue?
Yes. You mentioned I can't. My mic glitched out for a moment. I remember you mentioning something like two eyes. That's what I picked out when the statue was destroyed.
Yes.
Does that count, or?
Well, you aren't sure.
Okay.
It
Just
might.
for,
It might not.
yeah, that's actually pretty good odds with what we have now.
Yes. So right now you have an orb that's dragonless. You have fragments that used to contain a devil. And you potentially know where you might obtain a werewolf's tail.
The citizens of the Vale that we've been talking to, are they like magicians, wizards, sorcerers, any of that?
So they don't openly acknowledge that, but based on what you've seen from Foo's tower, and given the fact that all the other towers are of similar size and structure, you are assuming that yes, all the other citizens of the Vale have magic abilities of some kind.
So maybe we can ask them for the resources. would be my thoughts on that.
Yeah, but it would be kind of weird to just ask someone, hey, do you maybe by chance have a tail of a werewolf lying around somewhere? That would be kinda alarming and kinda weird to just ask. Like, we are trying to find this to 9 hells. Can you help? That would be kinda alerting. I'm, I think we can try to explain somehow, but do not be do not be really direct with
Well, I would be like, hey, we're trying to
opening
investigate
hell.
this portal and see where it goes.
Yeah, that would be safer.
Yeah,
I mean,
Delphi
safer.
can try explaining to them. Just we want to understand more about this portal, and these are the components that we are looking for. It would be a great help if anybody has the werewolf tail or we understand where the dragon orb is probably not available, but if anybody has the werewolf tail or some devil flesh, that would be a great help. And if I could roll persuasion to see if they can.
Go ahead and roll it. So, as much as they would like to help you, they too do not have the required materials.
Understandable,
Um,
and Delphi thanks them for their willingness to help, even though they don't have the materials.
they do point out that time works differently between the Vale and the rest of the Feywild, and that there is a dead dragon just outside the Vale.
Oh yeah, let's go see if we can stuff that dragon's soul in this orb.
Well, they do inform you you'll likely need to bring the dragon back to life so it has at least one hit point, and then convince it that it can either die again or it can live forever in the orb.
Doc,
Okay.
did you get Revivify?
Let's see. Did I get Revivify as a spell?
Or
I
do
don't
you
think
have
so.
any items that might have it?
I think the Staff of 3 R's was in the other one, so
Okay.
I'm gonna go
We
no.
don't have any scrolls that have Revivify.
No, I think I've
I
been leaving
think
most
we
of the
solved
scrolls
it.
for Avern, so I'm not totally up to date on what scrolls we have, possibly.
We don't have Revivify. I don't think we can do this plan.
Let's see.
Oh, we do have. Aver does have a Revivify scroll.
Oh, good.
Right.
So let's go. Let's go blackmail a dragon.
So we have to exit the veil to do that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, close. Oh, of course. Yep. Okay. So you are back in the grove. There is a dead green dragon.
Right. Eivor is going to use a scroll of Revivify to bring that dragon back up to 1 HP.
Okay. And the stag is looking at you guys going, well, that wasn't very long.
Oh yeah, people said that time passes differently in the veil. How much differently? Do we know? Do we notice? Or
So essentially, 10 seconds outside of the veil is a day inside the veil.
Oh wow.
oh,
Delphi is going to present the orb to the green dragon from a distance.
It
not
starts.
not within
It
not
starts
within
backing
melee
up.
range.
It's like, no, absolutely not.
Delphi's gonna say you have a choice here, and the choice is you go back to dead or you get in the orb.
At this point, Doc summons some like divine like fire or whatever, just kind of menacingly in his hand.
Thor will takes his sword in both hands, preparing if he decides to attack, just to intimidate.
Okay. Roll persuasion checks.
24.
Does this count as a beast?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, our dragons may be separate.
Let me see. Yeah, dragons are just their own kind.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
And then Thor will roll a intimidation check.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So you guys succeed in capturing the soul of the green dragon into the orb.
Nice.
Yay.
good work.
Back to the veil.
Well, we still need to get a werewolf tail and a devil flesh. We're not going to get them inside the veil, so we might as well.
That's true, but should we leave the orb in the veil? Like, keep it safe with everybody else?
I'm not sure. We saw that the
As long as
moment.
Delphi doesn't show it to any mirrors, so it should be okay.
Oh, and
Yeah,
then the other thing is, didn't Fu just want us to bring his horse? Like,
There is that as well.
Yeah, we should go
we
get
can
the
kind of
horse.
just ask him, yo, is that portal yours?
Asking who?
Fu,
Oh, yeah. Yes.
if the horse is theirs.
Let's go get the horse. Delphi will stash the green dragon orb deep in her pack and not show it to any mirrors. Take responsibility for this one.
Okay. Yeah, you go back in. Of course, given the time that it takes you to travel back in, 3 days have passed in the veil. So you basically have to go back and regather the horse.
Okay. Does that just involve looking for him, or?
Yeah, essentially. But you would have to burn your spell again to talk to him.
Okay, that's fine. We took a long rest.
Delphi will help.
Okay.
Well, at this point, he should just come with us, right?
Yeah,
Once I've
but
got
you have
Galaxy.
to literally tuck him back in. Or talking back into coming with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
You ready to go?
Sure. Also, I'm putting in Discord the stats for your newly reconstituted Dragon Orb.
All right, I will attune the dragon orb and unattune the mask.
You know there is no limit to your attunement slots, right?
I didn't know that. I thought I had 3.
No. That's one of the house rules.
I've
I may
missed
not
that
have it.
house rule. I will.
Yeah. And if I don't actually have it in the house rules handout, I'll add it. So, yeah. All my games, I have done away with a limit to the number of attunement slots. Predominantly because there are compiled suits of armor and weapons that combined gain their own powers. And
Okay.
those suits consist of a helmet, gauntlets, the armor itself, belt, boots, a cloak, a shield, and a weapon. So that's 8 items. There's not many of them, but they do exist. Okay. So you regain the horse, you come back out. Now where to?
So that would be what, like a couple minutes later?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, does one of you have access to Aver's sheet?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, Delphi did.
Okay. Remove the scroll.
I did already.
Okay.
Figured that would be important.
So, you know that there were werewolves outside of Moss Hollow's original location.
Right.
And then, of course, there's the bodies of the dead werewolves that are buried in Moss Hollow. Which have been decomposing for a couple of months. But
It'd be much easier to go to where Moss Hollow originally was.
well, the one
Closer location.
interesting fact is Moss Hollow is now in a frozen tundra.
Yeah, we kind of fucked them. I'm not gonna lie. That's our bad, but
Yes, and then there's the destruction you unleashed on Yarlass.
Oops. Oops.
I don't think I was there for that. Can I get some context, please?
Oh, you're going to try and reach out to Yarlass?
Well, Delphi has sent letters to
Zephyr.
to Zephyr trying to find out what happened after the Black Dragon oopsie, and we have heard nothing, so that seems bad. She'll send another letter letting him know that we're in the Vale now.
Okay.
And see if we get any sort of response.
Okay. So, no response in the immediate future. And let's
Figures.
see. The original location of Moss Hollow was in this basic area. So, let's see how far away you are. You're actually kind of close.
Yeah. Seems like it would be a long trek to get back to Moss Hollow for the decaying.
Yeah, you're only about
Werewolves.
10 days from the first location and like 2 to 3 days from the second location. So, and you actually encountered the first werewolf up in these mountains.
Yeah. So if we wanted to go to the mountains, that would only be, 2 weeks.
All right.
Versus, a month to get back to Moss Hollow.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
And the stag does thank you for removing the carcass of the dragon. It had been trying to figure out how to get rid of it before it started stinking up the grove. All right. So we will begin our trek. Ruh-roh.
Oh no, not a double bad to start off.
No.
Okay. So you guys exit the grove. You get about a mile from the entrance to the grove. And standing in the middle of the road going forward, you see a woman with long red hair, with a pair of scimitars. And behind her is a small group of orcs, goblins, trolls, a couple of ogres. And as you're riding up, she holds up a hand for you guys to stop.
Does this woman look similar to like the versions of Lyra that we've seen before?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was worried about.
She's like, points one of her scimitars at you at the group and goes, "You owe me." How do you intend to pay? You
What do
stole
we
my
owe her?
dragon, killed my imp.
Dragon killing. How do we repay that? How do we repay?
Your imp was a spy. We don't owe you.
Then at least give me my dragon back.
My dragon now. No.
She's like, "So, it's a fight then." would you like to proceed?
This might end bad. Could I offer her something uh, to not fight, to delay, how do I say it, to postpone it another week or so? Would that do something for us?
What did you have in mind?
Second, check my inventory.
She smiles slightly. How about your soul?
Can you repeat? I heard sword. I was
Soul.
looking at the
Yeah,
soul.
not sword. Your soul.
Yeah.
Do not give your soul to the evil devil lady.
No, I heard a lot of stories that end bad usually. Uh, could they offer anything else? Something less permanent,
What do you have?
or
While he's doing that, why don't the other two of you roll perception checks?
can you repeat? I heard the two letters,
Yeah,
and then my cut
just
up again.
just Delphi and Doc.
No, uh, before that, I couldn't understand nothing. My cut. I understood the
I
perception
what
check.
I
I didn't
yeah
understand.
what I was saying was is while you were looking at your sheet for items at what you have, I was saying to have the other two roll perception checks.
I can. Only thing I have on me that's valuable would be the ring of protection, the uh, dawn thorn, the plus 3 sword, and my shield with a holy symbol that of the dragons.
Um,
Uh,
That's all I got valuable.
sure. So
while we're
Doc,
doing this,
uh,
yeah.
one thing you notice is that her little army behind her, none of them have shadows.
Is that something that I would attribute to them being like? Well, you didn't say that they were imps, you said that they were like goblins and stuff, right?
Yes.
If they don't have shadows, could they be like in disguise as like do imps have shadows?
Imps generally do have shadows, yes.
Okay.
It could be illusions.
It could be an illusion.
yeah.
Let me see if there's a spell that I could use to.
If we think that they're real, though, I could use the Heartroot Reliquary and create a Fey sanctuary that they can't enter,
Yeah, or we can just go
and
back to
just
the
be
veil.
and for
But
8 hours, just be like, nope.
Yeah.
Or I could call on the ancient grove, and Fey creatures within a mile become aware of the call, and the land fights beside us.
this is very true. This is very true. How long does spiritual weapon last? Up to 1 minute.
So I've got some big last ditch things that I can do if we really think that they're real and that we're in deep trouble.
Yeah, I would like to use bless. I believe I get a free use of it from my prayer beads. Just in case we go to combat. And I'd like to use it on Sir Bramble, Thorwell, and Delphi.
That's blessed.
Just to kind of like prepare us.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, I got nothing. I show her the ring, the sword, and the shield, and and say to her, "These are only things I have on hand, but I could go on a quest if you need if you want anything else. Just to leave us now."
Don't
Ah.
offer to do things for her.
Yeah, I wouldn't offer to do.
Don't
Yeah, but
offer to do things for her.
it's not. I mean, it's not selling the soul, but it's not like we have any better options. I think
Not.
fighting her is like easy lose. Like,
Oh, no. You're. Don't listen to them. You're talking my language. There is something you can get for me. It's actually not very far from here. One of your members has a key hammer, and that hammer will open a pillar that is currently guarded by 4 elementals. And inside that pillar is a piece of a rod.
Yeah, we've heard this before. We refused you last time, and we refuse you again.
how close?
Yes.
How close is she?
She's about 60 feet away.
Could I cast the Zone of Truth? I would. I would love to cast the Zone of Truth and ask her again. Uh, why does she want to leave us alone? Because this smells like she's not saying the full story.
Well, one thing to be aware, she's going to know you're casting a spell. Just like she knows Bless has been cast.
I mean,
So you can cast it, just be aware that she knows you will have cast a spell.
yeah, that makes sense, but I don't know what she can do to negate it. Can she step out of the zone? It's 15-foot radius.
She can,
Does she?
well, it sort of depends on how the spell reads. If you can target her,
Here.
okay,
Did I?
oops. Okay. So, so the short answer is yeah, she can step out of it.
Yeah, that's what I feared.
Also, she could potentially save against it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
But you know if she saves against it.
yeah.
I'm out of ideas.
That's the thing about Zone of Truth is everybody knows who is affected by it and who is not affected by it.
Yeah.
she knows that she is affected by it or not, and you know if she is affected by it or not. So it is
So,
transparent both ways.
but as far as is there something that would let her leave you alone? She would easily answer that question truthfully. She's like, never.
At this point, I just turn to the rest of the party, like, can I get some help? I'm out of ideas. I'm truly out of my cards. I don't know what now.
And unfortunately, I need to end it there for today.
All right.
Thanks,
I've got
everybody.
a lot of stuff to enter for
Yeah.
this Dragon Orb, so
All right.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Tony.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
bye.